Everywhere we look, we're told to be positive, to hustle harder, to always want more. But what if the secret to a better life is actually caring about less? Mark Manson, in his best-selling book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, flips self-help on its head. Instead of chasing endless success, he says true happiness comes from choosing carefully what you give your time, energy, and emotions to. Today, I'll break down the 5 most powerful lessons from this book and show you how to apply them in your own life. Because when you stop giving a fuck about the wrong things, you finally have space for what really matters. Lesson 1. The feedback loop from hell. We all know the cycle. You're anxious, and then you worry about being anxious. You're sad, and then you feel guilty for being sad. Mark calls this the feedback loop from hell. Most self-help tells us to fight it with positivity, but here's the paradox. The more you try to avoid negative emotions, the stronger they become. The truth is, negative emotions are part of life. Pain, struggle, disappointment, they're not signs that something is wrong, they're signs you're alive. Application. Next time you feel anxious, angry, or sad, don't resist it. Acknowledge it. Name it. Sit with it. Then ask, what is this feeling teaching me? Freedom isn't about always being happy, it's about not letting your unhappiness control you. When you stop giving a fuck about feeling bad, ironically, you start to feel better. Lesson 2. Choose your struggles. Here's a hard truth. Life is suffering. But instead of asking, how can I be happy, ask, what pain am I willing to endure? Because behind every dream is struggle. You want a fit body? You must love the pain of training. You want to start a business? You must love the stress, failures, and late nights. Happiness doesn't come from avoiding problems. It comes from solving problems you enjoy having. Application. Write down one big goal, then list the struggles that come with it. Now ask yourself, do I want this struggle? If yes, go all in. If no, stop chasing it. The secret is not to avoid pain, but to choose pain that's worth it. Lesson 3. You are not special. Society tells us we're all destined to be extraordinary, but Mark says you are not special, and that's good news. Why? Because believing you're extraordinary sets unrealistic expectations, and when life doesn't match them, you feel like a failure. Accepting that you're average frees you. You stop chasing validation. You stop comparing your life to Instagram highlights. You focus on what's truly meaningful. Application. Practice being ordinary. Do small acts of kindness without needing credit. Take pride in simple daily progress, not perfection. Remember, most of life is mundane, and that's okay. Peace comes when you stop needing to be exceptional every second. Lesson 4. Responsibility over blame. Things will happen in life that aren't your fault. Your partner cheats, you lose your job, you get sick. But Mark says fault is past tense, responsibility is present tense. You may not be to blame, but you are responsible for how you respond. Blame keeps you stuck. Responsibility sets you free. Application. Next time something bad happens, ask, this isn't my fault, but what can I do about it now? That shift puts you back in control. You can't choose everything in life, but you can always choose your response. Lesson 5. Memento Mori. At the core of this book is a sobering reminder. You're going to die. Memento Mori. Remember death. Mark argues that most of what we stress about won't matter at the end. The job title, the number of followers, the arguments. Knowing life is short helps you focus on what matters. Love, growth, connection, contribution. Application. When faced with a tough choice, ask, if I were at the end of my life, would this matter? If yes, give a fuck. If no, let it go. So here's the big takeaway from The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Happiness is not about avoiding problems. It's about choosing better ones. Stop chasing positivity and perfection. Instead, accept negative emotions, choose struggles worth suffering for, let go of being special, take responsibility, not blame. And remember, life is short. When you stop giving a fuck about the trivial, you finally have space for the things that matter most. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the subtle art of not giving a fuck, don't stop here. Every week, I'll be sharing powerful lessons from world-famous books right here on Beyond the Cover. Hit subscribe so you never miss out. And before you go, tell me in the comments, what's one thing you've been giving too many fucks about that you're ready to let go of? I'd love to hear your answer, and I'll reply to as many as I can.